We're recording. Um, it's a poem by Plato, which he bookmarked in one of his books, and that we used in his ceremony. And I'll read it to you quickly. Beauty depends on simplicity. I mean, the true simplicity of a rightly and nobly ordered mind and character. He is a fool who seriously inclines to weigh the beautiful by any other standard than that of the good. The good is the beautiful. Grant me to be beautiful in the inner man. So I put this along with a flower, a simple little flower from the garden, anything fresh. I just cut, I just, actually this is him. And then I
Oh,
folded it. And then we just made this. And then I just folded it up because this is, and made it into an altar piece. So get creative with your altar items. I have rock stackings on the lead in the kitchen.
that's really beautiful, Maria.
Oh, you can
I would
create.
like to do that for my dad too, who recently passed. Could you name those two oils again?
Yeah, they are Jadamansi and Ravensara.
Thank you.
Jadamansi is endangered, so this probably worth $1,000. This bottle right now is so endangered. My Ayurvedic friend says, "You know that they is endangered." So I keep this as a very, very sacred oil to me.
Hmm.
Smoke is used as a conduit of prayers. I light every time before a call. Every morning I light and I kind of move my hands around like this and say a prayer, even if it's thank you. Thank you is a prayer in itself. Like if I have a busy day, busy morning, more important to stop and pause and say gratitude. Um,
Is that incense of any
that is
particular kind?
that is incense, Nang Champa, Nang Champa. But you guys here, look what I use here, mung beans. Can you see it? This is just
What
mung.
is it?
These are just beans, mung beans.
Uh, oh,
Okay, so
oh,
use
okay.
like your old beans, like or beans that you didn't want, or rice. Here's yellow lentil. I just use this in another. I'm giving you examples of what you could do creatively here. So use these to put your incense stick in here, or cone here. I also have this. And sorry, I keep referencing my father, but this is the bell
That's
when
okay.
he couldn't talk anymore in this last evening. And all the woo stuff was coming in handy. He says he couldn't talk, so he motioned. So this is the bell I used in my practice when I did therapies and treatments, and meditation. So whenever he needed something, he would ring the bell. That's how I found out, his last breath. Placing this at the altar purifies and cleanses the air. You feel it? It's purifying, even to the mind. And it's a signal for me the day has started. This day in service, and whatever I say to myself, how can I be of higher service? How can I serve today? How can I serve today? So it sets the tone for the day. And I put it in my living room, right smack dab in the middle of their living room. Just seeing it before I go to the kitchen, and I ring this usually just 3 times. And it helps dissipate any stagnant energies and helps clear the mind, helps clear the space for a brand new day. Nobody taught me this. These are rituals. I'm sure I've seen it somewhere. Yes, I had seen it in puja ceremonies, in Hindu ceremonies, but I made a little one that was personal to me. So make it personal to you. It has to work for you and in your life. But do it consistently and see if it works for you, and then switch it up a little bit. So definitely have nature objects, pretty objects, uplifting objects. I have Kuan Yin, I have Jesus, and I have Mary. I have, who else do I have? I have Shiva, and Shakti. So I combine all sorts of religions. They all come back to love, you guys. It helps just to open up the heart, soften the heart before we charge into work. Because when I get going, I get going. I mean, things get done. It's because I'm allowed to pause in the day and then fill my energy up with an energy of love and spirit. And that's the energy. That's the highest octane fuel that you can ever have to fuel your day, is that energy of love. So that's what you're doing when you're pausing and creating all these altars in your home. I have, pictures of family members. We have a love altar. I'll probably take a snapshot of that. Maybe, Cindy, have you seen that? I've got my love altar. It's right up on the stairs. It's not in the home because it's more personal, but it's got a statue of Shiva Shakti. It's got a pink rose quartz. It's got our wedding photos. It's got some books that we read for conscious coupling, our pillow studies, so that we can connect as a couple and to remind us that our marriage is sacred. And we have feathers and very soft, fluffy things. And so my 7 steps. You guys want to hear it? Okay,
Yeah.
to create your altars and your rituals throughout your home, step number 1, feel and wonder what this altar of grace will look like. So feel in, what feeling do you want to evoke? Do you want financial abundance, money? Do you want a partner? Do you want to increase the closeness in your connection in your relationship and marriage? What do you want? Do you want to remember that family is most important? And basically, you're going to have, and basically, your altars around your home are connected to your values. So my value is happy, peaceful, loving relationship, family, and my connection to spirit and God, and service. I'm here to be in service. I finally accepted that. I'm not here to consume. Well, no, we're all are, but when I think I was in my late 30s when I realized I'm not here to consume, because spirit, I just keep getting knocked down. Well, in a way, because I lived in, Santa Barbara, Luis. I had a pretty nice life on the coast. That was before you met me, Luis.
Yeah.
But I basically lost everything, you guys. I was a little princess. I have to admit that. Okay, so, and then I came into this calling because I started to hear, I started to listen, I started to accept and walk the path. And so I'm here to be in service. So find, what are your values? What do you guys value? The altars around your house will reflect that, and to help you, to remind you, you value family, meaning my mom, I've got to take care of her, number 1. My household, number 1. But number one is me and my connection to spirit, because I'm no good if I don't overflow my cup with love. I cannot give the level of giving to my clients and to everybody else if I'm giving from a place of resentment, tiredness, crankiness, and those feelings, those negative feelings. So I want to continue to give where I am guided by Holy Spirit, where I'm guided, because you don't have to work that hard anymore if you feel the guidance. So feeling in this very unfeeling world is very important. The altars will help you to feel, to pause, to feel, reflect. So number 1 is feeling and wonder. Open up to the wonder. Where can I go in nature, to where on my walk can I stop and look down or look up? Like when I do that, a feather drops on my feather, like drops. Right
I start seeing everything different, Maria, since we got into these meetings. When you start, I start appreciating more and more my surroundings. My surroundings. I I have I have several plants that my mom gave me before she died. So I have an avocado tree. I have a lemon tree. I have a rose tree, and spices. She gave me spices. You know, she gave me oregano. She gave me peppermint, and and, uh, and I have to, you know, I honor that. I worship all of these things, and I feel the presence of her and the presence of God in me when I walk around. You know, it's wonderful. Now I appreciate it more. I didn't really pay attention, but since we started this communication, uh, I become aware. What is this? What it is? And so much energy. I receive so much energy.
This is a female energy too, Louise, that their
Yeah.
mothers, like, I've known Louise in Santa Barbara for many years. You work in a very hard industry, Louise. I'm just saying
Yeah, I
that,
was. I'm glad when I got out of there.
that's all I need
I
to say.
worked.
But that feminine,
I worked so many years, almost 40 years. So,
that's a very
so,
hard, masculine, hard driving industry.
yeah, it was go, go, go. You know.
And well, okay, so thank you for sharing that. And I remember you saying that because he doesn't live far from me also. But Santa Barbara is so beautiful. You're always in the presence of spirit, living on the coast and feeling it. You're so blessed. I keep telling you that. Um, so thank you, Louise.
I got to work on my altar. That's good.
Well, yes.
Remember, you
So
told
write
me
these
that
notes down.
years ago. You told me
I know.
that.
It takes so many times to remember. I get
Yeah.
it. But start doing this, okay? So feel, number 1. 2, a place. Where are you going to erect this? You can put it on, what do you call those, ledges? Ledges.
Mhm,
Um,
mhm,
anywhere you feel. You got to feel it. You got to
mhm.
feel the vibe. 2, 3, clear the space. Then start clearing the space.
Yeah, I got to work on my computer room. I have in my library room, you know, so I can start that.
Yes. Okay, so let me get through this. I'm going to sort of, I'm going to unmute you guys so I can get through, so we can get through this here. I want to give it number 3. So you're going to clear the space and sweep it so beautifully. Like how you do everything is everything. It's not actually what you're doing anymore, it's how you're doing it. Are you sweeping it? How are you sweeping it? I sweep beautifully. I love sweeping. Actually, one thing I get accomplished, sweeping and washing dishes, doing laundry. I actually find beauty in that because it's like done, finished. Because my work, it's like not really ever kind of finished because there's always something to heal, I think. But there's an immediate gratification in that. So, and then you want to create, forage, or find the objects. And this could be over a matter of days, years, but it's constantly moving and the energy is always fresh. So you're moving one piece, either you're moving it or you're replacing it, like if it's a flower, a rock, or an object, a feather, a shell, or something. And then allow. And then what does that mean? It means, let me get Sabrina, sorry.
Oh,
So allowing the energy of that piece to infuse the space. It's a special piece that you decided to put on your altar. Allow in that beautifying energy. 6, gratitude. give thanks to the space. You're infusing it with your energy of love, gratitude, laughter. These are all naturally who you are, joy. And then learn to let go, because things on your altar, they're either going to die off or needing refreshing. There's some things that are going to stay there, but there are some things that, like a flower that dies or a feather that starts getting, weird, like crumbly, or anything that you put on your altar. Learn to let go. So this is what my altar has taught me, is to let it go. No matter how much I love that piece, I have a sense that, oh, it's time to let it go, because I'm seeing that it's just done. So you will know what that piece is, and if you do need to let it go, or if it's time to let go, or if it's time to refresh that little space or your spaces. And all of this is really helping you to open your senses, really helping you to enliven and awaken through the conduit of smoke, the conduit of prayer, through smoke, through aromas, through pausing, through listening, by feeling. These are all senses. Your 5 senses are the gateway to your soul and your spirit. So that's why the 5 senses are so important to start refreshing. Our senses got dulled by too much by too much talking, gossiping, all this stuff, too much misuse of the senses. Remember, in Ayurveda, one of the causes of a dis-ease is misuse of the sense organs. What are we choosing to see? What are we choosing to hear? What are we choosing to participate in? Are we overeating? Are we overdoing things? So that's when the senses have become dulled, and creating altars of grace throughout the home, integrated into your life, will allow you to renew your senses so you can listen to that, your intuition. When I started living in tune with my intuition, actually life got a lot easier, because I didn't have to plan too far ahead. I don't really have a plan for this. I planned for a little, but I'm just letting spirit to work through me. And that can only happen if we get still, if we contemplate, if we pause. And altars of grace throughout the home are a wonderful way to infuse that into our daily life. So I do it in the morning, I do it at night, and sometimes throughout the day to pause, however I feel. But since I work at home, it's kind of throughout the day. And then I also create earth art and mandalas outside, and I do that with plants and flowers. And Jasini has created a beautiful one. She's created a beautiful one, plants and flowers and objects, sticks, and you can do it with anything. So it's just start grabbing and using and touching the earth to create objects in your home or outside. And then learn to let it go, because the wind is going to blow it. Wind is going to blow it, and earth will take it away. And that's how you start to learn. All these practices, Ayurvedic practices, is really a practice of letting go, letting go, letting go, letting go. And then you'll reveal the diamond that you are. Then you'll start the revelations. Okay, now it's going to get totally deep if I continue to go that route, but it's 35 minutes past the hour, and then remember, I've got a free Zoom account, so we go off in like 5 minutes. So I'll let you guys talk and share, but it will cut off in 5 minutes in case we lose each other. But I also want to end with a prayer for our shifting times as usual. We forgot to breathe too, but please remind me if you come to this call that we have to start. Okay, or we could breathe and not say the prayer for our shifting times. What do you want? You guys are late.
What if we breathe and you say the prayer?
Brilliant. So you guys have any thoughts or questions?
I just wanted to say quickly, I have been getting up earlier. I'm not quite at 7:30, but the day after you suggested that, I did set my alarm earlier, but I woke up before that, and it wasn't difficult. So I think like that must be exactly what I need to do. So
Good, 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 good. Yeah.
I just want to say, if you haven't tried making a mandala out of dried flowers or sticks or anything, it's so therapeutic. And it also kind of, for me personally, it kind of gave me an insight into myself. Like whenever I went to choose the materials for the mandala, what kind of materials am I choosing? What kind of shape am I making? You know, and just let it be very intuitive. But anyway, if you haven't tried it, it's very therapeutic.
Thank you, Jacinia.
Yeah.
could we
The
see a
first one and
picture?
the next one had such remarkable differences. And you can tell kind of what mood you are in life through your mandala. Like, is it bright, you know, or are you picking dry objects, dry, crusty objects?
Right.
Or is
Yeah,
it
my
colorful?
first mandala, it compared to my second one, they were very different. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Maria, or I'm sorry, I can't remember your name, but do you have any photographs or something that would be able to share of what a mandala looks like with
Yeah,
materials?
I can send it to you, Maria. I have a couple more pictures
You do.
and then you could send them, or if you want to put your email in the chat or something, yeah, I could share them.
Thank you.
I would love to
Jacinia.
see that.
Thank you. Thank you. Should you share the first one?
I should share the first one and then the second one so everyone can see the huge difference.
Yeah. And if you guys create one, I do read mandalas. You know how people read flower cards? They're my
Oh,
conduit. I can read. Well, I don't think I've done one virtually, but hey, I can. It's all energy anyway. Cool. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so when I promised, you know, how to make the churna, the spices. I have a video. I just have to figure out how to get that video to you. Hi, Irene.
Hi.
Thanks for showing. Good morning. Okay, let's do a prayer for our shifting times. We've got 2 minutes cut off, but you can do your breathing practice as you listen. And I want to thank you guys for showing up today, being present here with me, and taking all this light, love, and energy and giving it to whomever you can to today. Divine light within, help me, help myself, help all and each other during these changing and challenging times. Let me always have faith in love's healing power. Thank you. Thank you for my strong body, my wise spirit, my happy cells, and compassionate heart. Let me remember to be in service to the greater good beyond my selfish needs and desires. May nothing but loving, gentle spirit be with me, felt in the lightness of my heart and encounters throughout the day. I pray this divine light illuminate my heart and mind and give me continued faith. May I always remember today and every day my natural state is peace, love, and joy. Om Shanti, 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 Om. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much again for
Great.
thank you.
Thank you, Maria.
Have a blessed day. Be safe
Thank
out
you.
there and take extra precautions, okay?
Have a blessed
you.
day. Have a beautiful day.
Thanks for joining us from Sweden, Irene.
I met you, Maria, from Santa Barbara.
I love you all. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.